Hakotaro, BaelzHakos did indeed jump off a bridge 215 meters high.
I was invited by Porika senpai to go bungee jumping for her 3rd year anniversary. What is 215 meters in feet? 705 feet. Holy shit. There's actually a really funny story behind it. I was invited to go on The Legend of Porika. They didn't tell me what they wanted to do. Like, I think it was a couple months ago. I don't remember the time. Anyway. And then, I think as like a side comment, her manager was like, oh yeah, we're thinking of going bungee jumping. Would you be down? And I was like, sure! Sure! Do it for the content. I mentioned before that I'm terrified. Like, when it comes to height-related activities, bungee jumping was the one thing that I was terrified of. Because if you think about it, most bungee jumping, you don't have anything connected to, like, it's not like a harness. It's literally just connected to your ankles and you just, like, bounce from your ankles. That just kind of terrified me. You know? So, I was like, oh my goodness, I don't know. I'm kind of scared. But, like, yo, it's for the content. I'll do it, you know? So that happened. And then when I got to Japan, and then I was talking to the management again, suddenly they were like, oh no, we're not gonna do bungee jumping anymore. And I was like, what? But I was so prepared. What happened? What? I think there was something wrong with the timing. And I was like, wait, what? Really? And then I said the line and I was like, but I bought insurance! And then both managers looked at me as if I was crazy. Come again. And I was like, I bought insurance! Quick story! I told Mama Rat that I was going bungee jumping, and then she looked at me and she was like, you better buy insurance. The insurance thing was real. Yeah! No, I bought insurance because Mama Rat said I had to. Yeah. Mama Rat was like, dude, what happens if you die? And I was like, what? Oh, not life insurance. At least I don't think it was life insurance. I think it's like medical insurance? Travel and medical insurance. I don't know if it was life insurance. I got some kind of insurance. I don't remember what kind of insurance I got. I just got some insurance. Oh, you bought it but you don't know what it is? Yeah, because I was told to get it. It was like a couple days before I was leaving. I think we were having like a last rat family dinner before I left. And then Mama Rat looked at me and she's like, did you buy insurance? And I was like, oh! Yeah! Yeah. And then Anirat helped me find the insurance. Yeah. No, literally, that's how I approached her. I went up to Anirat and I was like, hey! I need insurance. I don't know what to get. And she's like, why? And then I'm like, I'm jumping off of a bridge. And she's like, oh. And then she asks why again. When I said, you know, flash forward back to when I was talking to management about Poruden, and they were like, oh, we might not be doing bungee jumping, and I was like, but I got insurance. And then both managers looked at me and was like, dude, you crazy? Are you okay? And absolutely no trust. Yeah. It was necessary. I mean, that was the line that got me in, because as soon as they heard that, management looked at me and was like, looks like we have to go bungee jumping now! I took it seriously. Everyone should take it seriously. I was committed. And that's how it started. And that's how the decision of going bungee jumping came to be. Yeah. I'm committed to the bit. Anyway. So we met up. We went to the bungee place. It's literally in the middle of the mountains. Like a bridge in the middle of the mountains that you just jump off of. There's no like fancy building. It's literally like a caravan set up with a tent that has all the suits, and it's just a bridge in the middle of nature. That's it. I had to go all the way to Gifu. Yeah. Was it the same place that Portugal did it before? No, so we went to a different place in Gifu. It is the highest bungee in all of Japan. 215 meters, 705 feet tall. Yeah, different place. Brave rat. Brave rat. Portugal mentioned that Bay's going hardcore. Yeah, I've never gone bungee jumping, and the first time I go, it's at the tallest bridge in all of Japan. But I will say I felt a little bit better because there was a harness. It was still connected mainly, like the actual rope itself was still connected to your ankles, and then we had weights, but there was like a full body harness as well. So it made you feel a little bit more secure. I heard you scared the rest of council off with it. Oh my god, I have so many. I'm gonna post, oh my god, I'm gonna post the screenshot of our chat right after the stream. It's hilarious. It's, oh my goodness. Bless Fauna. Bless Fauna's heart. But we got there and we got changed. We got into our harnesses and we went to the bridge. And it's literally just a bridge. There's like, they were like, you know, you could literally just stop there if you were driving past and just watch people jump off a bridge. It was like a little platform that stuck out and you had to like stand on it, and that's where like the bungee took place. It's literally just a bridge. So, it's my turn. The one thing that it's a shame is that the GoPro overheated. It was so hot that day. They do have a disclaimer before you jump saying that sometimes the GoPro may like, you know, might not work, but that's just something that you have to deal with and you're not allowed to jump again and stuff like that. So it is kind of like a hazard that you have to watch out for. And unfortunately, my GoPro didn't end up filming my perspective. At least you can see like the perspective of me like jumping off the platform, but you can also kind of hear the really distant scream in Portugal Senpai's video, but you couldn't hear the, you know, the actual scream. Can we get a live reenactment? You want a live reenactment? Okay, all right. So there will be like, "Hi, ikimasu ka? Ah! Ah! Hi, go, yo, san, ni, ichi, baju. Oh my god, how do I explain it? Okay, I think leading up to it, I wasn't that scared. I was actually getting kind of sleepy because we woke up really, really early that day. And the manager kept asking, "Are you okay? Like, are you scared?" Because everyone else was like trembling and they're like, "Oh my god, it's so tall." And then I kept yawning and I was like, I'm kind of sleepy. And then they were like, "Oh my goodness." I don't think anyone has said that they were sleepy right before they were about to jump off a bridge, but okay. You're doing fine. But I will say, pretty much they make you walk onto the platform and then, you know, they buckle you up and everything. And there are like a couple workers and they treat you like it's nothing. Like you're not just about to jump off a 215-meter bridge. Maybe because they do this every day, but they're like, "Kincho shitemasu ka? Kincho?" I also think they speak multiple languages as well, because it's quite like a foreigner-friendly place as well, I think. And I was like, and then they were like, "You ready?" And I was like, "No." And they're like, "You're ready." And then they make you walk to the edge of like the little piece of the little thing that juts out of the bridge, like the platform. They make you stand at the very edge. There's no bars. They literally, it's them holding your harness on your back. You're literally walking the plank. So you stand there and they always tell you, like, when you jump, you want to jump as if you're jumping onto a bed. Like, instead of like bending your knees and like falling feet first, they want you to go head first. That is the best way to do bungee, apparently. Full send. Like, they want you to end up, like, head first, like, when you jump. So when you first, like, when you dive onto a bed, think if you, like, starfish jump onto a bed, right? That's, like, the motion they want. But then that would equal when you're falling, your head will fall first, right? That's how you're meant to bungee. I was shaking in the video. I think I was like, I got a bit nervous like standing up there. Because I've never experienced free fall before. So the thing with bungee, the reason why it's so terrifying to begin with is because there's no tension. Like if you have any other like height activities, whether it be like roller coasters and stuff, you have tension. Either like it's a harness, it's a rope, it's like the safety bar or something. You have tension there that kind of makes you feel safe, right? But even for skydiving, I don't know, maybe like skydiving to me is not as scary because there's someone there like with you, like strapped to you, right? And like for some reason I feel like the higher it is just so insanely high that it's not as scary. In my opinion anyway. In my opinion, it's like, it's so absurdly high that it doesn't feel real. Whereas on top of a bridge, you can see what's down below. Like we were in the middle of the mountains, you know. Have you done skydiving before? No, I really want to though. Yeah. So, because of that, standing on the edge, my arms out, you could hear me in the video. Right? 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 And then the people who like organize it, they did like, this is absolutely the best way to do it. But they treat it like you're just going for like a jump in the pool. They're like, you ready? Okay, we're gonna count down. And it's not like are you ready? We're gonna count down. 5, 4, 3. And you know, it's not, they don't take their time. They're literally like, okay, you ready? We're gonna go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And they push you. They push you off. You don't get a choice. They're holding the back of your harness, and at one, they like push you off so you have no choice but to fall. There's no going back. So pushed off, I jumped. And how do I explain the feeling of free fall? I don't feel like I was in danger per se. Like I didn't, you know. But I felt it was such a weird feeling because you're falling without any tension and you're falling for quite a long time. It's like, I think it was at least 10 seconds. And when you're supposed to fall, basically we had quote unquote wingsuits that had a little bit of like a wing. So if you open your arms and your legs, you know, it was a little bit of that, the gliding sense. I think Porca said this one was a lot more fun because of the wingsuit. It gives you like a little bit of drag. So what you're supposed to do is when you jump, you're not supposed to move. You're supposed to just like spread your arms, spread your legs, and it'll feel like you're flying, right? But because I'm not used to free falling, I think my panic just set in. And I started flailing my arms and my legs, and I felt like I was trying to run. I felt like I was like running. Like I literally felt like an anime character that, like, I don't know, Tom and Jerry, you know, falling off the roof. And it's the Looney Tunes fall. It really is. Like the legs start like flailing and your arms like flailing. And then I was like, ah! Yeah. It was only towards the end, like after like 5-6 seconds where I was like, oh wait, I'm supposed to stay still, is when I actually like, I just stopped moving, and then I felt like the glide a little bit. It did feel really nice. But then right after that, the bungee happened, and it's very sudden because you don't know how long the rope is. You don't know when the sudden like bungee's gonna happen. It hurt a little bit because of the harness. And I think because you're supposed to, instead of looking down, you're supposed to look like, I don't know. I think I positioned my head a little weird. So I think my neck was a little sore. Like I pulled like, you know, it pulled a little bit, but it's fine. Yeah. It was a great view though, I will say. How was the bounce? The bounce was interesting. I don't think I'm that fond of bouncing, but pretty much after the bounce, you're pretty much like just hanging there like head first, and then you pull like this string which lets your legs come down, and then you're just like sitting in a harness, and then they like pull you back up, right? So I pulled the thing, and then I was just sitting there in my harness, and it was like a really nice view. That somehow was even, I think, scarier than the actual jump, when you're just hanging on a harness in the middle of like the mountains under a bridge. Yeah. And I was just there. Yeah. And then They pull you up. Yeah. The view was nice. How did you feel when you got back up on the bridge? I didn't know how to use my legs. I think I was like, oh my god. So they didn't hoist you up like by leg like a fish. They said they could, but obviously it's very hard to. So they recommend you pull the string. But yeah! I did bungee jumping! That was my bungee jumping experience. Would you do it again? Probably not. I don't think I will. Not bungee jumping for many reasons. I think one, I know the experience now, so I'm good. But also, I got many phone calls. Mama Rat was like herself the entire day and was waiting for my call to make sure I was alive. And then surprisingly after that, I got a call from Papa Rat as well. And I called him and I was like, I missed your call, Dad. What's wrong? And then he started like manically laughing, and he was like, "So, I heard from Mom that you jumped off a 215-meter bridge. Don't ever do that again. How was it?" Papa Rat was having a mental breakdown when you're trying to play it cool. I didn't tell him. No, I didn't tell him. Yeah, don't ever do that again, alright? But yeah, haha, it was fun. Oh, that's good. Yeah, don't you dare ever do that again. Yeah. You should have told him. If I told him, he would have said no. Did Mama Rat mention the bungee to him? She mentioned the bungee to him after she knew that I was alive and I'd survived. Like, if you think about it, it's better if you tell them afterwards, because it's like you tell them something that will make them worried and they'll just keep worrying about it. In comparison to telling them something that they'd be worried about and then immediately telling them that they're okay. You know? I feel like that's better. You know? I didn't want to stress them out. Or stress him out. If they said no, you wouldn't have gone with Portica? Nah, I still would have. I just say, it's for work! How was Portica in person? I've met Portica Senpai before. I love Portica Senpai. Portica! She wants me to call her Portica. Portica ne. Sansuke iranai tte itte ta. Portica. I got the casual name perms. I did.